on the spot reviews. Where the shit have we been?
Very busy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
life. You know that thing that you guys live to. Anyways,
you live life.
I am Magic Rye, and this is my ombre,
Spartan Steve.
and we have a coin.
Let's get back to it. You gonna flip it or you gonna throw it?
I don't know. What should I do?
Flip it.
Okay, I'll flip it.
Flip it and then
Okay,
I'll
I
flip it.
have to hit this in the ball. I have to. All the pressure's on me.
Of course.
What is it?
Heads. Okay, so
Yes.
that means you have to make me review something.
That's right.
Okay, got it.
Okay, guys. So I chose a movie, a really awesome movie
That's up to me.
that has touched Steven and I for many, many, many years. We
Ooh.
actually annually watch it in Florida,
Oh.
and it is called V For Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, if you haven't seen the movie, it is awesome. Please watch it because it will make your life better.
I do think it's like one of those films everyone needs to see at least once. It's not appropriate for all ages, but like when you come of age,
It
watch
is
it.
appropriate for all ages if you want to see gore and violence when you're young.
Yes.
Teach them young.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start off. How do you find the cast? Like, tell me a bit about the cast and.
Well, the main female lead role is played by Natalie Portman, who I haven't seen a lot of her work. I saw a couple of her comedies, and I saw Thor, and I usually think she's like an okay actress. Like, I'm sure she's a nice lady in person, but
I don't
You
care
know.
how she is in person.
but in V for Vendetta, she surprised me. I only saw V for Vendetta like way after I had seen her in many roles, even like recent ones. So when I actually saw the movie, I was caught completely off guard. I was like, oh wow, like yeah, she puts on a fake accent, but just the delivery is really nice. And the other main character, V, is played by Hugo Weaving, and you wouldn't know because he never takes the mask off.
It doesn't matter.
Throughout the
He's
whole movie.
godlike.
And I love him in every role he portrays. Agent Smith, Red Skull, Lord Elrond.
From Lord of the Rings. But anyways, it's not about that.
And okay, I want to say
Yeah,
this
sorry.
is, in my opinion, his best performance.
Easily his best performance. And the worst part is you don't even see his face, so you really, unless you look at the box art, you don't know it's him.
Yeah,
But
but it's all about delivery. If you see the first 5 minutes, you know what I'm talking about.
I honestly, I won't say anything. I'll throw in maybe a clip at the end or a link to the clip, but oh my god, this guy is sensational. I have to say, in my opinion, one of the best acting performances of all time. You can hate me for that, but I don't care.
I think I would say that.
Yeah.
Actually, quick
Easily.
fun fact about this movie. But when it first came out, I was 13 years old, and I thought it was a horror movie.
It kind of is.
I didn't see it. Like, I saw the trailer and I saw the mask. I was like, I thought it was a horror movie.
It is somewhat of a horror movie because it's all to do with corruption. It's really a cult film if you really think about it.
In a way, yeah. It has like a large following.
It is a large following. It's all about the whole anonymous movement. I mean, like, the Guy Fawkes mask. It's so sensational, and just the whole story they portray. It was basically, it took place. It's a dystopian future in England, and basically the world has ended in a sense, or there's some sort of apocalypse within North America.
Are you reviewing this or am I?
Sorry. Okay.
First off, it's not North America. It's
No, they mention how North America's been corrupt and there's like a lot of war breaking out there.
oh right.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why it's like all order.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyways, so tell me a bit about the setting. Like I've mentioned dystopian future. Tell me. What do you think?
First off, I know that this movie is actually based on a graphic novel by Alan Moore, and back when it came out, the setting was supposed to be the future of the time it was released, but that time had long passed by the time the movie released. So the movie adaptation kind of changed it up a little bit. It takes place in like 20 years from now.
Is it? I'm not sure precisely the year.
And the United Kingdom, primarily England, is like under a very corrupt government that's all about order, but to a point that The citizens have curfews; they can't stay out at night. The very funny thing about this movie is just how relevant it remains.
It is. It's kind of relevant to society today. I mean, we see the anonymous group. They are a group of hackers. I mean, obviously you can't support them because they do illegal things, and it kind of pertains to that. I mean, we're given this definite symbol that he is a terrorist, he is to be hated, and it's so great how they portray it, and it's so much like modern day society if you really think about it. But obviously
it starts to make more sense in that matter as the movie goes, and as it goes on you realize how legit his motivation is.
Yeah, but obviously it's very hard to explain because we don't want to spoil the movie for you because this is really a movie you gotta see.
Yeah,
I mean, if you haven't seen it, please, I urge you, if you have any interest in these kind of things like anarchy, society,
real things.
Yeah, real things. It pertains to real life. So tell me, what do you think about the fighting? Because that's always an important part.
That's funny because if you look at the DVD box set, it says the box set's one movie. The DVD says from like the effects or action team that helped create the Matrix trilogy, and when you think stuff like that, you think, oh, action, this is going to be great. And one thing that the movie was criticized for back when it came out was there wasn't enough action. But as you watch it, you realize it's not about the action. It is about what Magic Rai said before, like all those very important political elements of it, just the realism of it all. But there is some good action, mostly at the beginning and at the end of the movie. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. At the end, V has a great action scene. There's some slow-mo in it, and it's badass.
It is. It's so badass. I mean, it's one of the most spectacular films, and I know I've said it 100 times already, but
I actually find some of the lines from the movie more entertaining than the action.
That's it. You know, like Steve just said, like, the action, though it was complained about, is not necessarily important because the point that needs to come across is the most important aspect of the movie.
Yeah. It's not, there's not enough action to call it a blockbuster, but the entertainment value is up there with blockbusters.
Still, when there is action, it's good. It's primo.
It's really
primo.
good.
It's really Gucci. I really like it.
Yeah. As far as being a film goes, I think it's really outstanding. Like I said, like great acting performances. The music's actually pretty good. My only sort of problem is the pacing. The first half of the movie is quick. Lines are delivered, transitions are made, and then the last second half, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's different. There's a lot more build-up, there's a lot more drama, and none of it feels like filler or anything, like the movie's dragging along, but it all ends up being lead up to such a great finale.
Because they first start explaining the story of what's happening in the present, and then you're going to reach this point where they're going to start looking more towards the past, and they have to explain it briefly, albeit, but still, as Steve said, it does get a little slower, but that doesn't really matter. You're going to be so enthralled with the movie, the time's going to pass by so quickly, you're not even going to know. And it's not a super long movie. How long is it, would you say?
It's a little over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 hours. It's not very long. It's a great watch.
It goes by and highly rewatchable. Like what he said, we watch it every year. Like we make it like a day. Like, oh, it's that time of year. Let's pop it in, and we never say, we probably shouldn't, but we're always down for it.
I could watch it several times a year, and I can't do that with many movies. So.
One of my top 5.
Easily.
Actually,
yeah,
top 5.
I would agree with that. I think one of my top 5 as well. Anyways, on-the-spot reviews. So what would you rate it?
10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's our first 10 on the show. I'm not sure.
Is it? I don't know. Does it really matter?
Write down if we're wrong, but 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 on-spot reviews. I love you and your faces.
I don't.
I can assure you I mean you no harm.
Who are you?
Who? Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
Well, I can see that.
Of course you can. I'm not questioning your powers of observation. I'm merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is.
Oh, right.